Yo, what's going on, guys?
This is a disappointing video, but
it's a sad video, because unfortunately, vintage Jason Spezza is no longer a Toronto Maple Leaf on the ice.
no.
But he will be serving alongside Kyle Dubas.
Let's get right into all the deets. Here we go. So, Jason Spezza, 38-year-old veteran, first drafted in 2001 on the Ottawa Senators,
Then went to Dallas.
then came to Toronto.
When he was born in Toronto, it was a pleasure. But he played 1,000 games, 1,248 games. He unfortunately falls short of that 1,000 points.
995, so close.
5 goals away, 5 points away from
And if we had made it further in the series,
Maybe.
in the playoffs, he might have gotten those points.
But the game is over.
Now he's going to be watching the games from the suites with Kyle Dubas and Brendan Shanahan.
I hope he does well.
Assistant General Manager with Kyle Dubas and Jason Spezza. This is
Jason Spezza is your manager. But
that's going to be fun.
let's get into some good news here.
So we're looking at the cap here. So now
$7 million of cap space.
So it's been now it shows 2022 here. So as you can see, we still have to re-sign Engvall, Kasha, Blackwell, and Mikheyev. The rest of the rosters.
I believe Colin Blackwell will come back. Andre Kasha will come back. Pierre Engvall will come back.
I'm not sure about Mikheyev though.
Timothy
Liljegren, Sandin, I don't expect otherwise.
Yeah.
Labushkin, a lot of people are saying that
I think he comes
free
back.
agency.
I think he'd come back.
Riley Labushkin was a good pair.
And Campbell, the bigger question.
Yes.
Campbell.
Now, according to some reports, which I will pull up right now, Matthews, Marner, Riley are the Leafs' untouchables. They are not going anywhere. That's from The Athletic. Then some news from James Myrtle. The Leafs want no part in Peter Mrazek and would like to move him this offseason. Thank you.
Get him out of here. I don't
Did you
care.
not realize that at trade deadline?
I believe Peter Mrazek is good enough. He's not coming back. I would be shocked.
It's a waste.
I would be shocked
No.
if he comes back this season.
No.
If he's in a Leafs jersey next season, I will be shocked.
And a big payday is coming for Ilya Mikheyev, but the Maple Leafs probably aren't the team willing to pay. That's been the big question, just like the Zach Hyman situation. He's going to want a raise, but it's not likely that the Leafs want to pay it. And
No, I think save the money.
Save the money for Jack.
Save the money for Jack. Give him $5 million for 2 years. 2 years. $10 million deal. And then
Or you
deal with him later.
Even do like a 4x4, which is a little more long term.
Yeah.
But either way,
Or a 7-year deal.
I want
Campbell to return as a Toronto Maple Leaf, and I want him to retire as a Maple.
Sue, please.
Don't leave us. Please.
Now, if they get rid of Mrazek's $3.8 million cap space, that leaves a lot of room to sign Campbell.
Oh,
and they already have 7.8, which is not a crazy amount.
But still enough to sign Jack.
Yes, but provided we still have to sign Engvall, Kasha, they're gonna be over $1 million. Blackwell, I can see at $1 million. Mikheyev will likely go. That's like $3 or $4 million there already. Liljegren, Sandin, maybe $1 million. I don't know.
No, 750 or 850 or 900.
Like under $1 million. But again, that's like millions just going away.
Ilya Labushkin.
Riley's new contract is taken into account now. Giordano's new contract is now active. So Riley's not making $7.5 million. He's an elite.
I expect the Leafs to make one move that's going to shock the hockey world. And there's going to be one move that we're just scratching our head thinking of, how is this going to work? Like, for example, you gotta get, if you're
Can you
not...
get something for Mikheyev? Can they not just let him go to free agency, which is likely to happen?
They're just gonna leave him. They're gonna leave him, say, you know what? We don't need you. Goodbye. Thank you so much. Like,
Yeah.
I understand you want to keep it going, but you got 4 people taking up most of your cap. You get rid of one of them, it's glory days. It's glory days. I hope we see better days here in Toronto. Hopefully we don't talk about another first round exit. This could have been a video describing how it feels to be in the conference finals. Because guess what? If we went through Tampa, we would have went through Florida like a piece of cake.
We would have pulled up the brooms and cleaned them out.
Oh, they would have been cleaned.
Mopped.
Good. Mopped the floor. And then we would have been in the conference finals and we would have been celebrating, screaming our heads off. The Leafs made it to the conference finals.
And they would have versed Carolina or New York, which they could have easily taken on.
But we're sitting here, again, disappointed.
Discussing about
You
what-
can't. If you're going to not change anything this year, you can't not
The best
say
thing you can do-
next year that you're not going to make
The
moves.
best thing they can do is run it back. And if they don't do any
Run it back,
postseason action,
one last dance.
if there's no postseason action next season,
If there's no second round action or third round action or even a Stanley Cup final action, somebody is going to be angry. Boom. You got to cut ties with somebody. Whether it's Matthews, whether it's Marner, whether it's Nylander, whether it's Tavares, letting him retire, just let him retire, let him go home, and let him sit at home. Because at the end of the day, you are confident in this group. And it's your responsibility to do something if you're not that confident. I'm telling you something. If Matthews, Marner, Nylander, or John Tavares are not 100% in it next year, there's the door.
Yep.
Get out of here.
See you
Because
later.
let me tell you something. A person who is not 100% committed in this group needs to get out of here. Needs to get out of that door, open the locker room, and get out. Go somewhere else. We don't need you. Because at the end of the day, we want a team who is confident, who is ready to get blood from these teams. We want a team to be confident to defeat Tampa, to be confident to defeat Florida, to be confident to beat the Demons, Boston Bruins.
See, was Tampa nervous in the third? Maybe a little. But they definitely weren't as nervous as the Leafs were in that third period.
I tell you this much. We were down 2-1. Yes, it could have been 2-2, but we were down 2-1. At the end of the day, you were down 2-1. What did you decide to do? Absolutely nothing. They tried their hardest, but their hardest wasn't good enough.
They were nervous.
You go into next season, run it back, like the last dance of Michael Jordan. Run it back. And this man right here, if he's in the locker room screaming his damn head off, giving some motivation to the group, that's what I want. I want Jason Spezza to be a manager, and that's what he is right now. He is the manager of the group. And next year, if that doesn't work, find something that will. Because at the end of the day, Jason Spezza needs to stay. Needs to stay.
Yes.
Kyle Dubas,
He will not.
you need to stay.
He will not be a Leaf on the ice, but he's going to be a big-time Leaf off the ice.
I'm telling you this much, ladies and gentlemen. The Toronto Maple Leafs, I'm predicting it right now, are beating their Demons next year. And if not, there are going to be big moves in the offseason.
They are doomed.
The time for talking is over.
Look at what happened this season. Edmonton, Florida, Colorado, all exercised Demons. All
The
of them.
time for talking is over.
All of them.
The time for playing for next year starts now. I tell you this much. I don't care what they do in the regular season. I'll still be okay. I'll still say, woo, we won. I'll still be motivated to make these videos. But at the end of the day, none of that matters if they can't get in the playoffs and if they can't get past the first round. None of the season mattered. 50 wins? Nothing. Nobody cares. Do you see anybody flaunting about the 50 wins that the Leafs have gotten or the franchise records that they've been setting? No. You want to know why? Because that doesn't matter. What matters is playoff success, and that's what the Leafs haven't been able to do since 2004.
If you go back to our playoff games with Tampa, what were we doing? We were always forfeiting like 2 goals here, 3 goals there. We're always giving up goals, and the key to success is just score. Look at Colorado, look at Edmonton, score goals, score lots of goals. They weren't doing that later in the series. They were getting nervous, and they were 1 goal away from the second round.
I tell you this much.
And it was the same thing with Montreal, 1 goal away. In both years, they were 1 goal away.
I tell you this much, the Leafs have some big things to think about this season. They have Campbell to re-sign. They have Rasmus Sandin, Liljegren, Labushkin, Engvall, Mikheyev, all those people to sign. The time for talking for Kyle Dubas begins now.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you enjoyed this video. And Jason Spezza is a Leaf, not on the ice,
but off
the ice.
Peace.